you're 40 or 50 or even 60 plus and you're stuck. You don't know what you want to do. You're probably burned out, or maybe ageism is at play. You don't know if you're going to lose your job. Well, I'm here to tell you and talk to you about reinventing yourself, rebooting or blooming again during this time in life. And I'm going to share with you how I did it, how I went from a corporate woman to today owning a company, my third, a matter of fact. Wasn't easy. There were a lot of speed bumps along the way, but the point is I've done it, and I'm happier today than I ever was, or at least that I have been as I was leaving corporate America. So, and that wasn't on my own. Hey there, I'm Barbara Brooks. I'm an entrepreneur, a solo ager, and the founder of a beautiful community and social impact company called Second Act Women, and also a speaker on age inclusion. Welcome, welcome. I'm here to share with you as I start this new YouTube series about solo aging, entrepreneurship, perhaps reinventing, rebooting, or blooming again in life at this beautiful chapter. For me, it's chapter 58. So I welcome you here, and let's get started. Maybe you think you're too old to do something new, to reinvent, to try something new. I consider myself living proof that you can. And I'm 58, as I said at the top of this little video here. I am aging out loud, as I like to say. There was a point in my life not too long ago, 14 years ago, actually, when everything looked really great in my life. Career, wonderful reputation, really great job, by the way. As director of marketing of a shopping center. Yes, that's a thing. That is a thing. Everything seemed to be going well. I was a homeowner of, at the time, I want to say maybe 10 years. I had my little 5-pounder. Actually, I had her sister. You're going to see little Riley B walking back and forth. Everything seemed to be going well until suddenly it wasn't. Suddenly, my job went away. That's a whole nother story. But it was my dream job, and I found myself unemployed and not really thinking about entrepreneurship. I mean, my goodness, I never thought that I would be one. I think my DECA teacher thought one day I might be one. But here I was, unemployed, homeowner, the whole bit. And I was stuck in what to do next. And only 44, I found myself at a crossroads. Do I continue to look for a job? Because here's the thing. When I lost that position and had to go on unemployment after my severance ran out, I started taking on a few side gigs, so to speak, as I was sending, get this, well over 100 resumes, only to, in that time, get maybe 5 job interviews, to get 0 job offers. And listen, I am an award-winning, internationally award-winning marketing director. But I was stuck, and something was happening. I wasn't getting those jobs, as I just said a moment ago. I wasn't getting the interviews that I used to get, that I used to land so easily. Something was happening, and at the time I did not know that it might be ageism at play. I really, truly believe it was ageism at play. And so here I was stuck with what now? Well, as it turns out, that side gig ended up turning into a gig, a job for me, or career, as I like to say. And I ended up launching officially my marketing and PR agency, which over time, after making mistakes, after not knowing what to charge, after taking free engagements with clients, after taking and on jobs with various industries, trying to figure it all out, trying to figure out what my wheelhouse will be, I ended up with a company that was close to six figures and on the cusp of hitting just over six figures. Well, it was becoming so successful that a woman that I met at the shopping center that I was at, we shared a mutual client. And so Lupe and I became business partners, and we created a brand new company called Decibel Marketing and PR. And her wheelhouse was public relations. Mine was marketing strategy and activation and sponsorships and PR. And we built a six-figure company. But here's what happened. 2018 came along and we were both burned out. I was ready to go back into corporate America. And so we, as we like to say, consciously uncoupled. You remember those terms. We consciously uncoupled. And that was 2018. And you know what? Guess what was happening again? This girl, this woman couldn't get hired. Once again, hundreds of resumes, a few interviews, project work, only to get once again, and sometimes ghosted, no job offers. So I took an idea off the shelf when I created and launched a new company. I started small, but here's what's beautiful about this time in our life is that we have a bank of connections. We've got community. We've got people who are here to help us. And so Second Act Women started becoming a real thing and a beautiful company that was here to elevate and provide events and workshops and conferences for women, in particular, over 40. That was my wheelhouse as I discovered. Starting my new industry, which today is considered to be called the longevity economy. I'm a part of the longevity economy. Me, an age positive speaker. I leaned into that. I surrounded myself with the right people in my queendom of community women and allies. And next thing you know, I am building something very, very special. Fast forward to today, and here I am running Second Act Women with a beautiful team of advisors to help me push the company even more forward. I'm getting paid to speak on age inclusion. I'm consulting, and I'm launching officially again this YouTube channel, creating content and living life as a solo ager on my freaking terms. And while it's not perfect in the least, it feels great. So I say this because I'm telling you, you too can do the same if it's something you've been contemplating. You can. There are a few things I have learned along the way. First of all, as it turns out, I wasn't starting over as I thought I was back then. I was building on everything that I've already done. I've been adding to the chapters of my life at 58. My age and experience weren't a liability, as others might want to say. It's been my edge. Secondly, clarity comes through a little bit of planning, but a lot of doing. And doing, I have been. If you wait until everything is in alignment or perfect, or that you have to have it all figured out, you will be waiting forever. And you know what else might happen? Someone might just be doing and working on now or getting to that big idea before you. So do it. Third, reinvention is not about becoming someone new. So don't worry about that. Reinvention, my reinvention, I've discovered, has made me become even more of who I am, which I can't believe I'm saying that, because for me, that would have been too woo to say. But it's true. I've discovered, I knew I was a strong person, but I've discovered I have more grit. I am truly fearless, and I am willing to try new things, even if it comes with mistakes. I'm okay with that. Finally, community matters. Community matters. You've got, this is going to sound so cliche, but I recognize today at 58, it is absolutely true. You've got to surround yourself with the people who believe in your blooming, who believe in your reinvention, who believe in you just wanting to do something new. It is entirely, it's important. It is entirely important to have the right people to be there to help you in this glow up era that you are in, and say no and have boundaries around those that are like crabs in a barrel ready to pull you down. Because there will be those people. There will be those family members. There will be those coworkers. But you know what? You do you. And so, if you are ready to reinvent, ready to keep blooming, ready to replant yourself, I've got 5 tips for you. Start. You've got to start. You've got to be the Nike swoosh. You've got to just do it. Even if it's before you have a plan, even if it's before you think you can, you just have to push play and do it. Number 2, there is no better time than today to experiment. Experiment and experience those things, that job, that new career, that company that you've been wanting to build, that coaching business, that marketing agency, that tech company, that because you've had an idea, get out there and experiment. Connect. Think about the bank of connections that you have made over the course of these 40, 50, 60 plus years. Think about the connections that you can make with your friend community, your family members, those coworkers, those people you used to work for before, those people who you see doing things in that same area that you want to do things in. Connect. Number 4 is leverage. You have got to leverage your age, leverage your friends, leverage your connections, leverage the age in particular because of the life experiences that you have had. Your life is not a liability at this time. Instead, it is your advantage. You have critical thinking. You have problem solving. You have creativity. You have been there, done that. You have all the things that, guess what? AI can't do. You have all those things that AI does not have. And number 5, learn. Learn. I tell you what, had I had this thirst to learn when I was in college at Colorado State University, my GPA would have been a hell of a lot better. It was decent. It just could have been better. Learn right here on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn for sure. Join some Facebook groups. Learn. Get out there and learn. Keep learning, because that is going to help you in this reinvention, this glow up era of time that you're in. Learn. There is no better time than today to be able to educate yourself, and free. So I just want to remind you that reinvention at 40, at 50, at 60 plus isn't at all about chasing youth. For me, I actually say 58 is the new 58. The next chapters, you have so many more ahead of you. And just think of what that book looks like now and what it's going to continue to grow to be. Your next best chapters are here and in the future. Listening to me today on the first of several videos, hopefully something has sparked ideas, thoughts, inspiration, encouragement. I'm going to do it. So drop it in the comments and please subscribe to this channel. Continue the conversation on aging, living, reinventing, blooming, starting new companies, living life as solopreneurs or solo agers, or if you're married, living life today as we deserve our lives to be lived. Aging isn't a fade out, it's a remix. It's that cassette tape that you used to create in your rooms back in the 80s and 90s. This is just another track on your soundtrack. Aging is living.